Of African of the Year Daily Show, the show where we get up close and personal with all our nominees. And I'm Maps Maponyani. This evening we have an incredible guest who's been making waves all around the country. You've seen him in the morning on Expresso. He has all this energy, which we can't really explain. I don't know where you get it all from. I think you all know exactly who I'm talking about. He's trilingual, he's multi-talented, he's got a great voice, he's a fantastic MC, and of course that is all from that budding energy that just comes through him. I'm talking about none other than Katlego Maboe. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. This is an honor. I mean, wow.
My
brother,
let's go right to the start. A young Katlego Maboe, what were your dreams and aspirations?
My dreams and aspirations growing up were very, very different. I remember my mom asked me once what I wanted to be when I grow up, and I said to her I wanted to be a policeman or a soldier, I guess, as a young boy. Yeah, I was, as any young boy is, obsessed with, military weapons and playing cops and robbers. And there was a time when I was in grade 2, Kotabo Primary, and we had assembly, and the principal kind of asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I happened to be the kid standing in front at the time. She pointed towards me and I said, scientist. I had no idea what a scientist is, what a scientist does, but that's what I wanted to be. But obviously these things changed throughout life. There was times when I was addicted to sport, particularly cricket, and I was doing particularly well at the sport as well. And so I wanted to be, the next Herschel Gibbs, the next Jock Cullis / Mark Boucher. I was an opening batsman / wicket keeper. Yeah, man.
AB.
Look at you, huh? You know my brother. Yeah, there was a time in my life where I wanted that. But then at some point, music took over. I was part of the Northwest Children's Choir, the Northwest Youth Choir, and later on in university, I became part of Flip a Coin, the a cappella group I was part of for 5 years. And that led me towards my career in the entertainment industry. And that's how I found my way onto the television screens of South Africans.
Now, talking about family life, you've been quoted as saying that you grew up in a broken family. What constituted to that? What were the circumstances surrounding that, and what did you learn from that?
I think what contributed to that was the fact that my father was an alcohol abuser and an abuser as well. Obviously my mom had to endure a lot of physical and emotional abuse throughout the years when we used to live Kopokeng. And so that's how what I define as a broken family. Yeah, but I think through that a lot was learned as well, and a lot of who I am today is shaped by that. It's resulted in me wanting to be the father that he never was. I look forward to one day having my own family and raising my kids with my future wife one day, and just being there for every single special moment, those first steps, teaching them the first words, being there at every soccer game, rugby game, being that father on the side of the field, come on, get in there, so yeah, I guess from that, if you would, the phoenix kind of rose out of the ashes. If you would.
I was about to say, using struggle and trials to just really triumph at the end of it all. So it's beautiful. That's what life should be about.
100%. And you've really got the discipline in place. You're up every morning, super early. I follow you on social media, and every day you tell us, this is a day in your life.
It's a day in your life.
And it takes a lot of energy to get up in the morning and do that at about 4:45, I'm guessing usually is. And I just follow you on your journey through our screens, and it's the first thing we see when we wake up, and you basically are our breakfast that we wake up to. What keeps you motivated to just keep doing the work that you do?
I think it's a huge sense of gratitude, my brother. I know that I'm super blessed to be able to be where I am and to do what I love for a living. And the fact that South Africans trust me with their morning breakfast and coffee while they're sitting there with their kids at home, trying to shape their day into how it'll play out. They choose to tune into Expresso and to kind of live vicariously through the energy that we provide through the TV screen. And that is a huge sense of responsibility that's on my shoulders, and also a huge sense of gratitude that comes along with that. So I think that when I wake up in the morning, I always just have a little bit of a prayer and just say, thank you for waking me up today. And I realize that I have another opportunity to make an impression on somebody in South Africa, and to hopefully show them a better side and a more hopeful side of the Rainbow Nation that I think we all commonly seek. And
how can you not want that every single morning? When you have that, it's just another day in your life.
You've truly understood the purpose of your talent, and it's beautiful to see and watch it unfold every single morning on our screens, and of course with everything else that you do. He is a nominee Personality of the Year. You can of course vote for him South African of the Year nominee. We're going to be continuing this conversation with Katlego Maboe. Am I saying it correctly? Today I'm going to know how to say this. But he's been telling us about what makes him so looking forward to every single morning and doing what he does. So how's about we go and spend a day in the life of Katlego?
I'm a 29-year-old South African Motswana man who grew up in Potchefstroom. I went to Potchefstroom, Tsepo Primary School, started off there, to Potch Central School, Potch Boys High, the Northwest University's Potch campus. I studied chartered accounting. I'm a very family-orientated person. I am somebody who really believes in, I guess, the South African dream, so to call it, where, a society where in unity and diversity is embraced, there is love for everyone and acceptance for everyone, and there's equal opportunity for everyone in our country. I believe in the promise and the potential that this country has. And I think I'm moved by love, and also with that kindness. Seeing people act selflessly for the greater good certainly moves me as a person. And these are the kind of pillars that I try to build my life around. And yeah, there have been many other highlights in between, including, the times when my grandmother would tell me over the phone how on Sunday after church, she was asking everyone, hey, Expresso. Like, did you watch Expresso? Did you see him doing this and this and this? Like, she became like the center of conversation at the Sunday church market. Unfortunately, she's not around anymore. She passed away in 2015. But it's moments like that that have really made this journey so worthwhile. Something in my heart said to me, one day I want to live in this city. Among all of the phenomenal beauties that its natural wonder has, this is one of them, Table Mountain. And lo and behold, here I am. Life has kind of driven me towards that dream that I had as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old boy. So this is certainly an iconic place for me in South Africa.
So I think I'm ready. I've gotten all the rules down. I know where to look for sharks, to listen for that siren, very important. But most important rules, don't let the board get between you and the wave. Look straight ahead when the wave catches you, up on your feet, and then...
salt water in my eye, in my ear, in my hair. It was cold in the beginning, but right now I'm warm. And that was really, really cool. What a great experience. I think I'll start doing this on the weekend. Huh? Just catching those cowabunga waves. Baywatch style. Good pay.
Welcome back, Richard Zura, with the Personality of the Year nominee, Katlego Maboe. A day in his life. What does it look like? And of course, it looks like he's taking up some surfing. But Katlego, you spoke about your schooling, you know, growing up and going to Potch Central, which was a big deal for you because that was the school that everybody wanted to go to. And you made it, mama. And then moving on to Potch Boys and NWU and actually being a qualified chartered accountant. But here you are.
I want to just make sure that everyone gets that right. So I studied my degree in BCom CA.
But you never
after getting the degree, you still have to go through honors and do the articles, write 2 qualifying exams that I have a huge amount of respect for the people that have done it. So I never ever want anybody to say that I'm a qualified chartered accountant because that's completely false. I have my BCom chartered accounting degree. I just want to put it out there because people are going to be calling me up being like, yo, do our consolidated statement. Like, I'm out of practice right now. Give me a few months. But just to kind of set that record.
But that's so important, Katlego, to actually always clear the record and make it known because, and I like the way that you are attributing it to the fact that people do put in 7 years of their life into that. And you can't be walking around here saying, actually, Katlego, I'm out there. But speaking on that, you've had a whole change of career moving into the entertainment industry. The importance of listening to that little voice in your head that says, that's not what you're meant to be doing. You need to move here. How important was that for you?
It was very important, and I'm very fortunate that I had friends that kept encouraging me to do this. I remember this one guy called Werner Trilov that I met in my first year while studying, and he was somebody that always believed in my talent. And throughout the years of study, he would always kind of constantly keep asking, so what are you doing with the music thing? I actually bought my first guitar from him. Are you still playing guitar? Are you writing songs? Are you? And I think that's just, it's what kept the passion and the fire burning. And it is important that you listen to that because I really believe that once you know, the pursuit of your passion is one of the most important things that you can do in your life because once you do that and you find true meaning, it adds meaning to your existence.
True.
Yeah.
The pursuit of passion is one of the most important things you can do in your life because once you do that, you can find true meaning. Great words from our guest tonight on South African of the Year. Welcome back. You're watching South African of the Year here on ANN7 Channel 405. We have in studio the Personality of the Year nominee, Katlego Maboe. You'll know him from your screens early in the mornings on Expresso. I almost said Afternoon Express. Close!
A little earlier on in the day.
In terms of actually speaking about that, meneer, kom. Let's praat.
Kom ons praat,
meneer. Ek praat Afrikaans, maar ek brei. Kan jy my help?
Kan jy hoor? Ek het nog altyd gedink 'n brei is een van die oulikste dinge wat mense kan doen in Afrikaans. My ma brei as sy Tswana praat.
Oh.
Ja. Maar as jy dit wil help, dan kan jy 'n paar tongoefeningkies doen, soos
Ek kan nie.
Soos hardloop.
Ek probeer. Maar ek kan nie.
Roeren.
Voor die skoolbegin, hy was besig met 'n brrrr. But let's talk about the career of being catapulted into the limelight. You know, there must have been a time where it wasn't always this easy and you literally got to the point where you wanted to quit. What was going through your mind at that point and how did you overcome?
I think it first came when I was truly thrust into the limelight on primetime television with Expresso because before then with the Cut TV that I'd done and Felt Focus on 50/50, it was kind of easygoing, pre-recorded TV, but once you get into the live TV environment, it changes the dynamic of what you do. And so I was this energy bunny every single morning, you know, speaking fast, and some people couldn't really kind of get that. It was a bit of a disturbing thing to have to watch in the morning, and a lot of the comments I remember, that I got on social media were rather negative, and you know, it being something that I really wanted to be good at, I took on that commentary rather personally.
And it did affect me where, you know, there was a time where I questioned my own abilities. Am I cut out for this? How do I correct this? And then I just kind of resorted, you know, to kind of being myself. And I had the advice of people like Michael Mole, who was a great mentor to have at the time as well, who just said to me, just keep on being who you are. Just carry on with that. As long as you stay true to yourself, you'll do well in this industry.
I love that.
And anyone who gets to work with Katlego always points out the fact that he's multi-talented. He was younger and he was part of a great boy band called Flip a Coin, and he didn't know which way to go, but he ended up doing both or a bit of everything at the Flip of a Coin, and these are what his colleagues had to say about working with him.
I really love him, 100%.
Katlego is nominated for many awards.
Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling.
I wonder if he's got enough shelf space. He doesn't have enough shelf space. He doesn't have the capacity because he keeps winning awards.
Fireman, I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man.
Kaki, Boo Boo. Hashtag Boo Boo has been trending, hey? No, for reals. He's an amazing guy because he's talented.
Very talented.
I always think talent is not enough. So Katlego has that factor that makes him one of the greatest South Africans. And I wouldn't just say this because he didn't pay me nothing to say this, you know what I'm saying? No, he's a really good guy.
He's a real guy. I mean, the love you see that he has for the country on camera, he has off camera for everyone. And it's really, it surprised me, being new in the industry, to meet someone that's so genuine.
And basically, I was here from day one when we started. So I saw basically the growth of Katlego from the beginning to right now, from winning SAFTA after SAFTA. So there's 2 SAFTAs basically, for Best Presenter, for Expresso. And yeah, very proud to be working with him because he's a very energetic, lovable, fun, and sometimes crazy person to work with. But professionalism, 100%.
Katlego's quite smooth. He's very, what's the word, charismatic.
Very charming.
Maybe charming, yes.
Very charming. You want to go out with that guy, definitely. Go out, party.
He must take all of us out.
Yes!
But I can say about Katlego sometimes, there's a few moments we would come late a little bit, but he jumps in like nothing happened.
Truly understand the impact you're making upon others, those that are around you on a daily basis, until you have a moment like this where you're not there and we catch all these moments and all these wonderful things that they have to say about you. And Katlego, that speaks to you being a phenomenal and authentic person. And wait, Mama Beauty thing. Today I shebile. Hi Ma. You have so much to be proud of. You really do. Katlego, when you came into the industry, you know, from Dikat to Felt Focus, which was under the 50/50 brand, moving on to Expresso, you were the rookie, you know, coming into the space of Michael Mole's space, and today with working with the likes of Ilana Africa. What is the importance to you, or what are your views on opening up the industry to new faces? Because once upon a time, you were that new face.
Yeah. I think it's very important, and that's how we keep developing talent. That's how we keep pushing the envelope to stay relevant, to stay in touch with our audience. As you've just said now, at some point, the producers of Expresso and SABC3 took a chance on me as somebody that had absolutely no experience in television except just the enthusiasm and the work ethic of somebody who really wants to make it. And they gave me that chance. So I think it's extraordinarily important that as much as possible we invest in young talent, teach them as much as we can, and hopefully these are the kinds of young people that are willing to absorb, learn as much as you can. At the end of the day, execute great work, produce great television content that I think is
is very important for our country right now. We need that, and we are ripe. The time is ripe for it right now.
2016 is a year that you have coined as your year for music. You know, we've seen you in front of our television screens, but we haven't. A lot of people don't know about this background from Flip a Coin, being the boy band, the a cappella, the beatboxing. So, returning album,
album so it's going to take me a while, but I mean, so far I released a passion project with two friends of mine, David Haramse and Dawazon Kize, alongside the Sing the Change Choir and my friend Erica Apples. We put the song together called Race Against Time, where we were basically trying to put our own positive spin on the whole issue of race that we're facing now as South Africans, and not just as South Africans, the whole world as well, and trying to find a way in which we can open up dialogue such that friends of multiracial and multicultural backgrounds can get together at a dinner table and be able to have a conversation about race without anybody feeling like it's awkward now kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the song is out there. It's available for download for people to listen to. But further than that, I'm working with publishers, people in the music industry, a lot of the guests that have been on our show as performing artists that have expressed an interest in wanting to work with me, help me write. It is quite a thing, writing music, composing, arranging, all of those things. I really want it to be something that I'm proud of, because music has never been something that I've done for money. So I'm willing to just take my time until I'm ready to say, well, because it's like presenting a baby, right? Your baby into the world, and you're hoping
to work on it.
No one's gonna say, "Oh my goodness, your baby looks like a monkey." You know?
How cute the way. You know what? If your album and your singing is anything like you're presenting, it is going to be a work of art and a masterpiece.
What an incredible thing to say.
It really is going to be. When we come back, we've got some trivia with Katlego. He says we're catching him off guard, but that's the whole point.
I never prepared for this.
And we're back. We're still in studio with Katlego Maboe. Katli, we were talking earlier about your appearance and how you always look so sharp. And I must say, you've become this fashion icon as well. But do you ever have any trouble from your mom? Because personally, my mom's always like, "Narawakam," because I want to know about this haircut.
There was a time when I used to wear like white socks with flip-flops and jeans that would hang like a little bit too low for comfort, and then these shirts, I would take my shirts and literally cut off the sleeves, and my mom would be like, "Wait, Hagishaw." But these days mom likes my sense of fashion.
Oh no, I approve. Mom beauty. Yeah, no, in no time. Looking like this, I'll be there to help you.
Kat, we know you're all about fun and games, and now we're going to have a bit of a trivia session with you. You were nominated in South African of the Year Awards, and of course we want to know your knowledge of South Africa. So we've got 5 questions. We want to see how well you do and what your general knowledge is like. So good luck. You're going to need it.
Wow, guys. All right, let's go at it.
All right, question number 1. William C. Fore's controversial series, apparently meant to break down sensationalist views, Western views of Zulus, was written. The very famous Zulu series was based on a famous warrior. Who is he?
Shaka Zulu.
I mean, with all that Zulu, you got that wrong.
Favorites of all time.
Yep.
What is the world's biggest hospital?
What is the world's biggest hospital?
Well, right here in
I know
SA.
ours is Baragwana, will it be?
There we go.
That's correct.
And what happened there?
World's biggest hospital too.
What?
Now you no. You see, he's doing the most for you. He's doing the most for you, Katlego. Don't you worry.
You want to get 6 out of 5? Go to him.
No. Question number 3. Which nature reserve in South Africa supports the greatest variety of wildlife species on the African continent?
That must be the Kruger National Park.
Come on, homie. 3 out of 3. Here we go. It is huge.
Which university in South Africa is one of the biggest correspondence universities in the world?
Think about it, Katlego.
Probably UCT.
No, when everybody says get corresponder, where they're corresponding.
Oh, UNISA. University of South Africa. I'm sorry about that.
Can we give that to them?
We can. I'm going to give it to you.
Half point. I don't deserve the full points.
Okay. 3, 4.5. All right, final question. Which South African won the first Oscar, and she hails from Benoni and was in Monster? I mean, if you get this wrong.
Charlize.
Get Charlize. Wakoha Theron.
No, get Theron. It's don't be Theron.
Charlize Theron.
Karo janong South America ki Theron. Mara ki Theron ratseba gore where it all began. So 4.5 out of 5. You didn't do too badly. Thank you so much for being such a good sport. But just to wrap up our conversation, you know, you're nominated in the Personality of the Year category, along with great people such as Bonang Mateba, Somizi Mhlongo, Jay Ansties, Bobby van Jaarsveld. Let's talk about, what do you learn about other people within the industry that you apply in your work?
I think, you know, especially I've had the chance to work with Somizi and Bonang as well, Bobby on the stage as well. It's just the incredible amount of work ethic and effort that these people put into their crafts, because a lot of the time all that the public sees is the end product, when it's also been edited and everything's done and dusted. But there's a lot of hard work that I take on board, and I think, you know, in order to be the best that I can be, I need to start or to continue striving to be better every single day. What did I learn from yesterday? And it's these kind of work ethics that I learn, you know, from these people that I've just spoken about, and the people that are also nominated in this category, which I'm very humbled to even be mentioned in the same line as them as South African of the Year in terms of personality. So yeah.
Well, you've shown us just how much work goes into it, and if someone is looking up to you to hopefully be you one day and live a day in your life, how would you give them advice? What would you say?
I would say strive to be you. Hey? There's a lot that's happening in the world, and everyone is always trying to be like, you know, because I used to say this to myself, that I want to be South Africa's Ryan Seacrest, but you know, I can only be the best me that I can be. And so I would say that to people, that just keep on pursuing that passion and always striving to be the best that you can be, because once you do that, people will start seeing you. That's when you start raising yourself out of the crowd as the unique being that you are.
That's right, and you've certainly done that, even with Ryan Seacrest as a screensaver on your phone. But no,
who's stalking my phone? Put my phone down.
I am not judging. What I'm saying is, you're keeping your inspiration close. Hey, I have Oprah on my screensaver too.
How did you even know that? That is scary.
Super scary. Some of us are more than just TV presenters.
Wow.
You know, we are.
That is so crazy.
She is a woman, and you're a man with a phone, and you must always got that thing, you know.
Thank you.
Bye dankie, and ons is trots op jou. And you've done an incredible job. You really are a great light for a lot of people to look up to. You're phenomenal at what you do. It's been a pleasure getting to interview you, spending time with you. I know you have a crazy schedule, and it's been an even greater pleasure getting to know you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you, South Africa.
Never change, man. We also wish you all the best with your future endeavors, from the music to one day having a production company, because I know that is one of the things that you want to do. But whatever it is that you touch, it's going to turn into gold.
Do that together,
because
right?
you're that guy. While they're busy doing this together, we're going to do this together and say goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning into South African of the Year Daily Show. Of course, we are back again with another nominee, sitting down for another inspirational conversation.
Da.